Okay, guys. So what I got going on right here is the practice test. So let's check it out. We are going to look at this one. Part A, name the function family. This is y equals mx plus b. So this is linear. This one right here has a 2 in the exponent. You see 2 in the exponent? That means it's quadratic. This one has the absolute value bars, so that means it is the absolute value function. And then these are the curved functions, so both of these are exponential. I told you guys to skip number 2, so we're going to skip number 2, and we're going to move on to number 3. So this is y equals 3 to the x power. This one is a function, so yes. This is y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. So this means it is linear function. Yes. C is x equals a number. That is not a function. So it is a vertical line. If it is a vertical line or it fails the vertical line test, it is not a function. This one right here is the absolute value function. And it didn't ask me what the name was, so we just put yes because it's a function. Skipping number 4 because I told you guys to skip number 4. Looking at number 5, which one does not represent a function? And that would be B. Because if you were to put a vertical line down like this, or any vertical line, it would fail the vertical line test because it touches in 1, 2 places. Okay. A is a function because it passes the vertical line test. You could put a vertical line anywhere, and it only touches in one spot. See, that only touches in one spot right there. 6, simplify the expression. So this says x cubed y, x cubed y. So you're going to combine the 4 and the 5 because they're like terms. So 4 plus 5 makes that a 9 x cubed y. And since this guy right here has no one to pair up with, he just comes down. And that's answer C. Number 7. Consider the equation as distance. Y represents distance in miles. X represents speed. T represents time traveled. So this says find the speed. That's our goal. We want to find x. We need to solve for x. Okay? When the bus's distance is 212 miles, remember y represents distance. So you write 212 instead of y, equals, x is the speed, we don't know that, but t is time, and they've been traveling for 4 hours, so that's times 4. Divide both sides by 4, and you get x is equal to 53. Okay. Also, use some common sense in this problem. Okay, we're talking about speed in miles per hour. So first off, you know d can't be an answer because that's negative. You can't have negative speed. If you're going 1/53rd of a mile per hour, a snail is moving faster than you. If you're moving 848 miles an hour on a bus, you're probably breaking the sound barrier or something. But yeah, that's fast. So C's the only one that really makes sense. Okay, next problem, number 8. Number 8 says find the value of k. So you're going to cross multiply. 18 times 8, that would be 144, I believe. And then negative 3 times k is negative 3k. And you're going to divide both sides by negative 3 and to get negative 48. 9. First off, distribute. 7n minus 12n minus 18, because the negative distributes 2, equals 2n minus 4. Next step, combine like terms. 7n minus 12n, that's a negative 5n. Minus 18 is equal to 2n minus 14. Or minus 4, sorry, that's a 4. Next, we're going to add 5n to both sides. So we get negative 18 is equal to 7n minus 4. So there's a step. There's a step. Next, we want to get 7n by itself. So to get rid of that, we're going to add 4 to both sides to get rid of the minus 4. And you get negative 14 is equal to 7n. And divide both sides by 7 to get negative 2 equals n. B is your answer. For 10, again, you want to get x by itself, so subtract 45 from both sides. So in this problem, I'm going to move over here. We have negative x is less than, and that looks like it would be 47. Okay. Now, I don't want x, I don't want negative x. See how all these problems right here are positive x's? This is a negative x. I don't want negative x. I need to get rid of negative x. That's a negative 1 in front of it. If you divide both sides by negative 1, you get x. That's negative 47. But remember, when you divide by a negative, the inequality sign must change direction. So that means your answer is either C or D, because they're both the same exact answer. Number 11, 440 feet per 1 minute. Start off by writing that as a fraction. 440 feet for every 1 minute. So we're going to multiply by fractions because we're converting. And I want to get rid of feet. To get rid of feet, I need to put feet on the bottom of the fraction, so that way they cancel. And my feet are converting to miles. In 1 mile, there is 5,280 feet. Okay, so that means the feet cross out, and I'm left with the numbers. Next, I want to get rid of minutes. To get rid of minutes, since it's on bottom, I'm going to put it on top, so that way they cancel out. And minutes converts to hours, and there's not 60 hours in 1 minute, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So you should always do the units first, so you know where to put the numbers at the end. Okay, and you're going to multiply everything. So 440 times 60. Let's see, 220, 264, 26,400 divided by 5,280. And you put that into a calculator. And that comes out to 5 miles per hour. Okay, let me make sure I did that right. Yep. 12. Which of the following sets of ordered pairs does not represent a function? Not. Be careful with the not. So remember, you want to look for x values that repeat. 0, 1, 2, 3, no repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't repeat. 1, 2, 1, ooh, let's look at this. 1 goes to 6, 1 goes to 8. The same number can't have different y values, so your answer is C. And this one, which one's the function represented by the table? If you take a look at these numbers, they are increasing by 2. So that means that is your slope. You should have a 2x. Right away, you can cross out A and B. And then you also want to look at when x is 0. When x is 0, y is negative 3. So that means you need to have negative 3 in your answer, C. Negative 3 is your y-intercept, 2 is your slope. Okay, Next, what we got going on. That's weird. I gotta do this. There we go. Alright. So right up here for A, the sequence. So we need the explicit formula and recursive. Explicit is A of n equals A of n minus 1 times, whoops, that's wrong, is A of 1 plus n minus 1 times d. That's the explicit formula. The recursive formula is A sub n is equal to A of n minus 1 plus d. So the first term is always A sub 1. So A sub 1 is going to be A of n equals 3 plus n minus 1. This one will be A of n equals 4 plus n minus 1. And this one would be A of n is equal to 18 plus n minus 1. Now we got to look at our patterns. Okay, if you look at the patterns, these are all increasing by 5. So 5 goes in the different spot. These guys are increasing by 2.5. So 2.5 goes into the D spot. These guys are decreasing by 7. So we're going to put negative 7 in parentheses so we know we're multiplying and not subtracting. Okay, those are your explicit formulas. For the recursive formulas, you just do A of n equals A of n minus 1. And this is going to be plus 5. This will be A of n equals A of n minus 1 plus 2.5, because you're increasing by 2.5. And this will be A of n is equal to A of n minus 1 minus 7. Okay. Next, 15. Write the recursive formula. So again, A of n is equal to A of n minus 1, but let's pay close attention to the problem. A hose starts filling the pool and increases the water level at a constant rate of 4 inches per hour. Increases. Increases means you add, and we are increasing by 4 inches every hour, so you put plus 4. Okay. Next, gasoline costs $2.83 per gallon. What graph scenario works? A and D right away cross out. Okay, you don't want A and D. So because you don't want A and D, it's because there's negatives. Okay, and if you're buying gas, you can't buy negative gas. Okay. Next, you want to find the one that's a slope of 2.83. You want your slope to be bigger than 1. So this would be less than 1. This would be the slope of greater than 1. It needs to be steep. Got a text. We're having macaroni tonight. I mean, it's garlic bread. Yes. Alright. Next problem. Okay, for this one, two-step problem. Step 1 is distribute. Y minus 6 is equal to negative 12x minus 48. Then you add 6 to both sides. And we get y is equal to negative 12x minus 42. That answer is C. Next problem we're going to look at is the graphing problem. Remember, you start at your y-intercept, which is a positive 2, and all the graphs start at positive 2. So here, they all start there. Now we got to worry about our slope. Our slope is negative. So we're going to make this a negative 2 over 3. Since it's negative 2, that means you need to go down 2, down 1, 2, and write 1, 2, 3. The answer is A. Okay, you always go down if it's negative, and you always go to the right. Okay. Next problem. Given a linear function, identify the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So to find the x-intercept, you're going to plug 0 into y and solve for x. 6x plus 2 times 0 is equal to 14, which just means 6x is equal to 14. Then you divide both sides by 6, and we get x is equal to, let's divide top and bottom by 2, 7 over 3. The x-intercept of 7 over 3, comma 0. To find the y-intercept, we are going to plug 0 in for x. So this is 2y equals 14. Divide both sides by 2, and we get y equals 7. So the y-intercept is 0, comma 7. For this one, this is a plus 3 inside the parentheses. If it's inside the parentheses, you go left and right. But 1, 2, 3, you need to go to the left. Okay, you'd think you would go to the right, but you're really looking for which number plus 3 is equal to 0, and that's negative 3. And then you just do the up 1 over 1 slope on both sides. This one's minus 4 outside. If it's outside, you go up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to go up 1 over 1 in both directions. So if it's inside, left and right, outside, up and down. You could always check your answer by plugging in a number. So for example, if you were to plug in 4, would you get 0 as an answer? Because that point right there is 4, comma 0. Y is equal to the absolute value of 4 minus 4. Y equals 4 minus 0, or sorry, 4 minus 4, which means y is equal to 0. I plugged in 4, I got 0 as an answer. Okay, to solve graphically. Okay, x plus 7, start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And up 1 over 1 to create your graph. I'm actually going to use a real line for this one. Yeah, that looks good. And for this graph, we need to start at 1. So start at positive 1, right there. And we're going to go down to over 1. Down to right 1, put a dot. Okay. So we go down to over 1. Like so. And you see the graphs cross right here, and that is point -2, comma 5. Okay, for 23, same deal. Start at positive 6 and go up 3 over 1. Up 1, 2, 3 over 1, put a dot. And graph it using a straight line. For the next graph, start at -2. There's a -1 in front of this x, and that's over 1. So you go down 1 over 1, put a dot, down 1 over 1, put a dot, down 1 over 1, put a dot. So this graph will go, whoops. We'll go through all of these. I may have started at the wrong spot. There you go. That looks a little better. Okay, and they cross right here, and that's at negative 2, 0. For the next one, start at negative 4, negative 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up 4 over 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Okay, I'm kind of just doing slopes in my head. And it needs to be a dashed line, because it is not greater than or equal to. So we just make the dashed line. And I'm doing this on a computer, so, cut me some slack. And since this is greater than, we need to shade above. So I'm going to do this one in blue. Okay. So everywhere in blue is a solution to the first one. Now for the second one, start at positive 5. So we're going to start right here. Start right here at positive 5. And we need to go down 7 over 3. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 1, 2, 3. Okay. And again, we need to do a dashed line. And we're going to do this one in yellow. It says less than, so we need to shade below that line. So we're going to shade below that line. Okay. And you notice that there's one big region, a huge region. That's all right here. Everywhere in orange is going to be a solution to our system. Okay. For 25. Start at positive 5. So we'll do this line in orange. And we need to go down 3 over 1. Down 1, 2, 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 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Okay. And it needs to be a dashed line. So we'll do the best we can with the dashed line. That was pretty good. I'm proud of myself. And it says greater than. So greater than means you shade above the line. So that'll be everywhere. Everywhere over here. Everywhere in this orange spot is going to be a solution to our system. Okay, some a little closer. I just don't want to mess up the line. That was close. Living life on the edge, man. Nice. Okay. I'm going to do the next one in black, because I like orange and black for some reason. Orange is the new black. Okay, start at negative 2. Negative 2. And then this is a positive 1 over 1 slope, so up 1 over 1, put a dot, up 1 over 1, put a dot, up 1 over 1, put a dot, and man, that was a bad idea to super color it all in. But again, we do the best we can. Dotted lines. Something like that. And it says less than, so we need to shade below. So we're going to shade below that line. And everywhere over here gets shaded too. And so this is shaded in both black, and orange. So that means we really make it dark. I wonder if I can like paint over this with like a blue. Yeah, everywhere in blue is going to be our answer. Alright, next one. Select the ordered pair that is most likely a solution. 1, 0 is right there. 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 Anyways, it's not on the line. 0, 1 is right there. Close, but not on the line. 1, 3, right 1, up 1, 2, 3 is right there. That looks like it's on the line. And -3, +1 would be right here. That's not on the line. So your answer, that was a god-awful brush, is C. Scrolling down, name the label points on g of x. So on this side, basically this graph gets split up into two halves. Okay, everywhere on the left side, this is where g of x is greater than f of x. Everywhere on the right side is where f of x is greater than g of x. So when it says name the label points on g of x, where g of x is greater than, we're on the left side, and that's points D and C. Name the points on f of x, where f of x is greater than g of x. That means we're on the right side, and that would be these guys right here, A and L. Name the point where they're equal. That is at point H. Okay, Lakers scored a total of points. I gave you guys this equation in class. It was x plus y is equal to, I want to write this over here actually. X plus y is equal to 37. And x was worth 2 points. The y baskets were worth 3 pointers. And we got a total of 80 points. So this is a positive 2. I want to cancel it out with a negative 2. So I'm going to multiply everything by negative 2. So I get negative 2x minus 2y is equal to negative 74. And this will be a positive 2x plus 3y equals 80. Negative 2x and 2x cancels. Negative 2y plus 3y is y. Negative 74 plus 80 is 6. Y equals 6. We got to plug it back in. X plus 6 is equal to 37. And we subtract 6 from both sides to get x equals 31. And that's kind of average. 31 2-pointers and 6 3-pointers is kind of, I mean, that's typically what happens. The next problem. 8 boxes of small paper clips. I'm going to call the small paper clips X. And 7 boxes of large paper clips, I'm going to call that Y. So we get 8x plus 7y is equal to $44.95. Next we have 5 boxes of the small clips, so 5x, and 3 boxes of the large clips, plus 3y, and that's equal to $22.80. Find the cost of 1 box of each size of paper clips. So I take the numbers in front and I flip and multiply, guys. This is going to be a -5 and that's going to be an 8 because I want the signs to be different. So this will be a negative 40x minus 35y is equal to, I'm going to use a calculator for this one. $224.75. $224.75. It must also be negative. And the bottom one's going to be a 40x plus 24y equals And 2280 times 8 is 182.4. So the x's cancel. I'm left with a negative 11y. And this would become negative 42.35. Divide both sides by negative 11. What went wrong? 24, negative 35. $40x, negative 35y, negative 224.75. 40x, 24y, and 22.8 times 8. Whoops. 4. 182.4 minus 224.75. 42.35. 42.35 divided by 11. I must have fat fingered a key or something. So that comes out to $3.85 for y. So that is a box of large paper clips. To find the small paper clips, I just plug it back into an original equation. So over here, I'm going to have 5x plus 3 times $3.85 is equal to 22.8. So 5x plus 1155. Let me double check that. Yep. Is equal to 22.8. Subtract 11.55 from both sides. And we get 5x is equal to, that would be 1125. And divide both sides by 5 to get x equals $2.25. Okay. And for the last one, distribute. This becomes 4x plus 4 equals 4x plus 4. You could see from right now that it's the same equation, but I'm still going to solve it. Subtract 4x from both sides, and we get 4 equals 4. And subtract 4 from both sides to get 0 equals 0. So since it's 0 equals 0, your answer is infinite solutions. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you in the coming days. Get some good rest, eat healthy, and make good choices.